Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on Wednesday night. I'm Dee Slater, and this is Create with Dee. And I'm always excited to share my latest project with you guys, but there's a lot of technique in this card that we're going to be making tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get started right with the project. And as you come on, if you can say hi, that would be great. Alrighty. Let me get this put off to the side. So again, if you can hear me, please say hello. And just because it's kind of showing that my mic isn't working, but yet I am showing that it is. Hi, Doreen. Happy Wednesday. All right, so we are going to make this really cute little card. It's using the Kindest Gnomes stamp set and die, and it's using a masking technique in order to make our little gnome look like he's taking a walk in the woods here at night. So let's get started making this. Again, some of the supplies that we're going to use here tonight. Oh, good, Doreen. Thank you. Appreciate you letting me know that. We're going to be using the Kindest Gnomes bundle. And so there's the stamp set and the die, using layering circles. And Stampin' Up! Announced here at the beginning of the month that they added some new products to Celebration. And so Aspen Trees is one that you can get. And you get these dies here. Obviously, I haven't put those on my magnetic sheets yet. And then we're going to be using this cutout here as well. Okay, so let's get started making this project where it shows that the gnome is taking a walk in the woods. All right, let me get the materials in here. All righty. So to start building our base, what I did is I took a piece of soft suede cardstock. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran that Aspen Trees die through it. And what it does is it gives this really cute punch out of a woodland scene here. So I've done that ahead of time. And then also what we're going to do to build our backing here is we're going to take a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is cut just slightly under the 4 by 5 1/4. So I've got it at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that's what we're going to be using for the background on it. All right, so in order to position the gnome, what I did is I kind of staged the basic white behind it, and taking a pencil, I want to put a little, like a little X where I want the lantern or the gnome to be peeking out. So I'm going to put the, I want the lantern to be just about here. Now I can take my top piece off to the side, and I'm going to stamp our gnome image in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So I'll get our gnome image here. And I don't put the labels on. I'm label impaired. And the lantern's about right here. So I'm going to stamp our gnome here. And then I can do a quick double check. Bring my trees back in. And that looks just exactly where I would like him to be. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the masking sheets of paper, the masking tape that Stampin' Up! Has. And this set, the die set, or there is a die that matches this gnome here that we're going to use. So I cut out just the background of it using the masking tape, as well as a circle that we'll be using later on. So when you go to die cut, you just want to make sure that the seam is face down and then die cut through. All right, we'll put that off to the side. All right, so what I'd like to do is I'm going to build up the background on it. And when you do this masking technique, you want to start with what you want in the front. That stamps first, and then we're going to put our mask over top of it. And then I'm actually going to have another one here. I don't know if you can see it just yet, but I want the yellow light to make it look like the lanterns showing through. So I'm going to use this mask of a circle, and I'm going to mask over top and kind of off to the side here just a little bit. Okay. All right, so now let's build up our background. I'm going to use some blending brushes and some ink to build our little night scene walk in the woods. What I had done is I had just taken some scrap cardstock and literally just tore it in half. And this is going to make our, like the grass line and the tree line, or in the night sky here as well. Right, so I'm just going to kind of put this down where I want the tree or the grass to be. And I'm going to start with the night sky, and I'm using Night of Navy and my blending brush. So I'm going to hold on to that. If you want, you can start it off, but it's kind of okay. Next, what I want to do is I'm going to peel up the circle. Now go very slow on that. You can get another use out of that if you'd like. And now I'm going to bring in what will be his lantern kind of look. And I've got slow saffron. And again, it doesn't have to mask around it because it's just going to have this little kind of glow. Just want it soft enough to have a little glow going. And then if I wanted to, I can come back in here with the green and kind of soften that out so it's not quite so much a circle. Kind of the same thing on the top, kind of tone that down a little bit. All right, so now we've got that. Get our ink out of the road. Now we can reveal our gnome. So again, it's like whatever you want on top, that's what you mask first. So that's why I did the gnome and then the circle and then did our other coloring. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll give this guy a little color here. So there is our gnome. So that's what he looks like. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get him layered on to our woods. I just think that is so cute. He's got a little, he's just walking in the woods at night. And I think what I'm going to do here is now that he's colored in, if you don't want the white on the outside of it, you can take your blending brush. I'm just going to go back and forth, kind of tone down that white just a little bit. All right, so here's our aspen trees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, and with liquid glue, you can see there's not much of a border here. So that's why I like to take the liquid glue and put that on just here on the outside border. You can come in here where it's a little thicker. I'm not putting any glue on the trees though. They're just going to stay nice and loose. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up and get our nighttime gnome underneath of it. So cute. He's taken, I just love it. I hope that you like that look too. And then ahead of time, what I've done is I've taken a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock, cut it 4 1/4 by 11, folded in half, and we'll go ahead and we'll layer our gnome onto that. And then also then what we're going to do, if you want to then, we won't do the inside, but here's what I've got as the inside. I have one of the other images on the inside there that you can color. And let's go ahead and we'll get a sentiment on it. And I used layering circles. And this happens to be the same circle size as what that is. And use our Night of Navy. And this is the sentiment that says, "You know me so well." I think this is going to be kind of juicy. There, I'm going to do it one more time. Flip. Nope, we'll use that side. And then because I did want to, like I thought that was kind of bright on it, and so I did kind of streak the green on that just to kind of, again, kind of tone that down a little bit. You do want to give it just a heartbeat. And I'll see if I have any green left on here. Press pretty hard. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I get the glue again. And this time I used a slightly larger scallop just so that we can kind of compare and see what we like on that. And thanks, Doreen. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that you like it. And we'll go ahead and we'll get 2 dimensionals on here. We'll put that up here. I will so restamp that and put it over. And let's see, I got a little linen thread. It kind of gives that texture to it. I'll get my glue dots and I take your pick tool, pick up the glue dot, and whoops, I picked up the glue dot and then it went flying. Flew right off of it. Let's try that again. You know what? It's on my nail. And we'll put that up here to kind of finish off a little texture on it. So that's our project tonight. You know, just so you can see the different scallops on that. And again, then on the inside, you could just do some more coloring with one of the other gnomes and go from there. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching our cute little gnome in the woods card. And I hope you have a great Wednesday and rest of the week. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.